I'm Tanika Meeks, and welcome to Get Real. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, or follow on whatever platform you're either listening to the audio or watching the video. Couple quick announcements. Please take a moment to go in and follow the Get Real Facebook fan page so you can stay up to date on new content. If you haven't taken a listen to Exposure on Live 365, please do. You can find a link on my website at www.tmgetreal.com, or there's actually a link on the Get Real Facebook fan page. Please go in and check it out. There are right now 3 Exposure exclusive stories running: Naughty Santa, Dark Forest, and Guardian. I'll be introducing Snow next week. The shows are written by me and narrated by me. I think they're awesome. I think I'm awesome. I think you will think they're awesome. But go in and take a listen. If you like the shows, please give me feedback. If you don't like the shows or you don't like the content, hey, I take criticism very well. I'll get mad at you, but I'm not gonna say anything bad back to you. But if you haven't, go in and take a listen. Exposure on Live 365 is completely free. You don't have to pay anything to go in and listen to the content. So today's topic is, and I honestly hate to talk about this, today's topic is social media is the new reality TV. Like always, I'm gonna tell you what brought this on. So if you've been on Facebook or Instagram over the past 2 to 3 weeks, I'm more than sure you've seen something about the Derrick Jackson, I guess you could call it a scandal, where he was actually, a lady came forward saying that he had, an affair on his wife. Now, again, we're not going to talk about that, but that is the basis to what we're going to talk about today. And I feel it needs to be talked about, not in the simple fact that he went out and had an affair, but how much importance and how much of our time and energy we're giving to social media. And we're going to talk about this in the context today of like 3 topics. That social media for some people is a job. That don't invest too much of your time, energy, and effort into social media. And that 3, the people on social media are just that. They're people. They're human beings. They're flawed like you and me. So let's talk about this. The first one being social media as a job. If we watch TV, when you watch TV, you realize that when you watch a TV show, that there are writers, there are actors, there are a production company, that there's this whole team of people, who are working together to produce that TV show. You realize when you see Taraji P. Henson or, Morris Chestnut or, Viola Davis, you realize that these people are actors and what they're doing is acting. And so you can kind of distance yourself from it. You don't get too involved in it because you realize that this is their job. This is how they make money. They are actors and they are acting. And so you can very clearly distinguish that line between reality and fantasy. But when it comes to social media, that line becomes very blurred. A lot of people cannot distinguish the line between reality and social media. And I think this whole Derrick Jackson thing really puts a big spotlight on that. Not because this man was caught cheating. And for those of you who don't know, I followed Derrick Jackson for years. I actually have followed him and quite a few other I guess you could call social media relationship gurus. I follow Tony Gaskin, whom I love. I follow, I don't know if it's Steven or Stefan Speaks. I followed him for years. These are just people whose Facebook page I follow for years. I've liked stuff going all the way back to 2014, 2015. So I'm not just somebody who has jumped on the Derrick Jackson bandwagon just so I could have someone to say. This is a man whom I've been following for years. And honestly, when the scandal came out, I was like, okay, he got caught having an affair on his wife. Why is that the rest of our business? Why are people losing their minds over this? But again, I think people fail to realize that social media for some people is a job. It is their 9 to 5. It is how they make their money. And they're not celebrities, quote unquote, but they're influencers. There are people where social media is how they make their living. If you've noticed about some people on social media, they may be live at 10 o'clock. They may be live at 2 o'clock. They may be live again at 8 o'clock. I shouldn't have drank that Dr. Pepper. These people don't have a 9 to 5. Social media is how they take care of themselves. So in essence, they are kind of like your actors and actresses on TV. but they're just called influencers on social media. They're the gurus and the experts. But again, this is how they make their money. And while I don't know if what happened between Derek Jackson and his wife was scripted or unscripted, some of the stuff you see on social media is scripted. Because again, this is someone's job. It is their job to get views, likes, stars, or whatever the like. I don't care if you're on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. You can monetize it and make money. And so therefore it becomes a job. The minute someone starts to get a paycheck from something, it's a job. And I think sometimes as viewers, everyday Joes, and we get on social media and we see this stuff, we sometimes forget that some of this crap could be scripted. It could be something that somebody sat down and was like, oh, well, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And this is how we're going to do it. Now, I don't know if his affair was scripted or not. Right now, he's trying to push some ebook about healing, which is a whole nother crazy. But even if it is scripted, just realize this is his reality. This is the Derek Jackson TV show. And don't give it any more of your attention than that. Now, I'm going to say something that's going to be shocking to a lot of people, which is not shocking to me because anybody who's known me knows this is true. I don't watch TV. I cannot remember the last TV show I actually followed on TV. I've never seen an episode of Ghost. I've never seen an episode of Power. I do not give television that much of my attention. I don't give television any of my attention. So for me, when I look at some of this stuff, to me, it's entertainment, and I treat it as such. I don't think no deeper about it than that. Oh, well, instead of me watching TV, I'll jump on Facebook. Or instead of me watching TV, I'll jump on Instagram. Or instead of me watching TV, I'll jump on YouTube. It's all entertainment to me. That's it. I don't think any deeper about it than that. And I think we need to start drawing that line in the sand when it comes to social media, that this is just entertainment. Now, some of the stuff you see on social media is, it is painful. It is hard to watch. It is hard to take. But we can't get too wrapped up in some of these things. There are a lot of things going on social media. You have people who have educational pages. You have, your relationship gurus, your people who peddling products, your people who, are peddling advice, your people who, kind of more have like talk shows. I mean, you can literally find anything on social media you're looking for. So whether you like that daytime drama, that nighttime drama, you like your HGTVs, you like your Lifetimes, you like your Oprah Winfrey Network, you can normally find some social media profile that will fit all of those things. I mean, that's how diverse social media has become. But just like watching TV, you have to realize that social media too is there for entertainment. Now, not all of it is entertaining. Some of that stuff is very hard to watch sometimes. I follow a few people on Instagram and Facebook, and sometimes you see some real things on there. But I also realize that if it becomes too much for me, I need to get off of social media. I can't wrap my life around social media. I can't become too involved in social media, which is my second point. Don't invest too much of yourself in social media because it is entertainment. You should not be spending, and honestly, I have an iPhone, so my iPhone every week will tell me how much time I've spent on my phone. And I watch that number religiously because I don't want to spend too much time on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on these social media sites, on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok, but I do know there are a lot of TikTok videos that end up on Instagram. My life needs my attention. Social media doesn't need my attention. And that's another thing for me. I don't beef on social media. A lot of things I see on social media, I may scroll through and I may see something. If I agree with it, I hit the like button. If I don't, I just keep scrolling. I'm not about to get into some beef with somebody on somebody's post. I have a real life that needs my attention. I have real bills that need my attention. I have a job that needs my attention. I have a son that needs my attention. I have family that needs my attention. I have a life that needs my attention. I can't give all of my attention to social media, and nobody should. And sometimes I wonder about some of these people beefing on social media, always got something negative to say on social media. If this was a reality TV show, you wouldn't even have a chance to comment. But yet y'all will get on people's profiles with all this hate. It doesn't make any sense. Why are we this invested? And that's another thing about the whole Derrick Jackson thing. To hear people talk about, oh my God, if Derrick Jackson can cheat on it, I've lost all faith in men because if Derrick Jackson can cheat on his wife. Derrick Jackson was a man, or did we forget that? But I'll hit that on my last point, that Derrick Jackson was a flawed man. And why are we giving these people so much of our time? Like I said, I followed him myself for years. There are things he said that I agree with. There are things he said that I didn't agree with. I didn't get on there beefing with him about it. I just kept on scrolling. My opinion doesn't always need to be put out there. Matter of fact, I don't put my opinion out there on social media pretty much ever. Because I'm not that invested. I'll get on there, I'll scroll. If I like what you're saying, I'll hit the like button. If I don't like it, keep on scrolling. I don't have time to be out here trying to correct people on their nonsense and their foolishness. You grown, figure it out. Read a book. Educate yourself. And so it always boggles my mind when I see people on social media and they have these 10 and 20 response threads and they going back and forth and all this arguing and foolishness. Why? That's something I could be using my time to do something totally different. I couldn't even imagine giving social media that much of my time. And why do we invest so much time in social media? Why are we so heavily invested on something that really is not that deep? Now, there are a lot of good things about social media. It allows information to be spread rather quickly. But it also allows misinformation to be spread rather quickly. And even with the whole Derrick Jackson thing, and to me, people, please think about this. Not everything deserves an immediate response. I'm one of those people, I do something, I like to practice the pause. And this is what I mean. And honestly, as I've gotten older, it's saved me so much drama and headache. Sometimes when people bring you that negativity, they bring you that negative energy, they come at you on some foolishness and BS. I like to practice the pause. Because what goes through my mind when I'm taking that pause is this really worth my time, energy, and effort? If the answer to that is no, you're not going to get a response out of me. Not everything is worth reacting to. The most shocking thing about all of this to me has not been what Derrick Jackson did, because honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not invested in Derrick Jackson enough to where his actions surprised me. He is a man and he did what a human would do. He went out there, well, he shouldn't have. I mean, you giving other people relationship advice, but then you out here doing what you're doing. Was I shocked? No. As I said, he is a man. He is a human. And he deserves the dignity and respect of being just that, a man. But we'll get to that in a second in my last comment. So, his whole little scandal came out. And it amazed me, within a couple hours, other people were posting videos and were having comments about what this man had just did. Now, that none of the facts that came out, it had just been released that, he had an affair on his wife. And already people had comments about this. And I thought to myself, did anybody at any point of this practice the pause? Let this fully be disclosed. Let all the information come out and then talk about it. But the people didn't. Everybody wanted to be the first to have something to say. They wanted to be the one to break the story. And the same people who had a comment the first day it came out, once more information came out, had to turn around and post another video contradicting what they said the first time, because you didn't allow the information to be disseminated. You automatically jumped to conclusions and automatically just had to have something to say. Instead of just saying, you know what, let all the facts come out. And then if I have something to say, I'll say it. Which honestly, nobody should have anything to say. We're not married to Derrick Jackson. This man don't owe us an explanation about what he doing. The only person he owes the explanation to is his wife. And honestly, if she good with it, I'm good with it. Some of you are like, that's wrong. I mean, what am I supposed to do? She's not going to leave him. Why am I going to get mad about something she's not mad about? How am I getting my feelings about a marriage that ain't got nothing to do with me? I'm not a third party to their marriage. As my mom used to say, if you like it, I love it. I'm not going to sit and get mad about something you not mad about. If that woman can sit there and hold his hand and be like, well, he done gave his life to Christ and no weapon formed against us shall prosper. Cool, run with that thought. That ain't got nothing to do with me. If that's what you believe, that's what I believe. It is not for me to tell you to do something different if that's not what you want to do. And some people, that is the wrong attitude to have. What is the right attitude to have? We are people sitting back watching other people's lives. There's nothing we can do about it. Again, it's like reality TV. We can sit and watch shows all day long. I can remember sometimes back when I used to watch TV, be like, why are they doing that? That doesn't even make no sense. But you know what? I wasn't the writer. I couldn't change what they were doing. I could talk to the TV all day long. But nothing about what they did changed. And I feel the same way about social media. I can sit here and scroll and be like, why is he doing that? Why is he posting that? That don't make no sense. These people are not about to change because I don't like it. So why should I give them my energy? If I truly don't like what they posted, hey, I can go in and unfollow you. I can go in and unfriend you. And life will continue to go on. And that's how we need to start looking at social media. Life will continue to go on. Why do we invest so much time, energy, and effort into that mess? It's there for entertainment. That's it. It is nothing life or death going on social media. Now, some pages there are. I do follow some pages where I'll be like, oh my God, I'm all in my feels about what's going on this page. But even that, I've had to distance myself from. Don't get too invested in something you cannot change and have no control over. Because all you're doing is setting yourself up for failure. And then my last point, these are people. And give them the dignity and respect of being people. Don't be so quick to judge some of these people. That to me has been the most startling thing about all of this. Those quick responses. Within a couple hours of this coming out, people are already putting videos out. Let me be very clear about social media. Social media, we see people's personas. That's it. We see their facades. We see very small parts of who those people are. And it may not even be who they are. If you've noticed a lot of these gurus and experts, you see very little of their life, if any at all. They show you a very small percentage of their life. This man was shooting his videos in his car. They don't fling the door of their life wide open and be like, hey, come on in and take a look-see. These are people. And just like we have a public persona, we also have a private persona. On social media, people show you their public persona. The public them. They're not showing you the private them. We don't know these people on social media. We know what they show us. We know what little they allow us to see, but we don't know them. And to me, that's the part I've had to look at. Some people be like, y'all so upset about Derrick Jackson. None of y'all don't know Derrick Jackson. How many of y'all done sat at this man's table with him and his wife? How many of y'all have actually been a part of his life? I mean, aside from hitting like on his videos. What do we as the public actually know about this man? Y'all have based y'all whole theory around love and relationships based off of the opinion of a man y'all do not know. That makes literally no sense. We are literally revolving our life around people we don't know. We're making decisions about marriage, our relationships, children, our finances, based off the opinions of people we don't know. Now, some advice you may get may be solid advice. It may take your life to the next level. But for so many women, I'll put it that way, to be hurt by the actions of Derrick Jackson, and you don't know Derrick Jackson, seems a tad bit detached from reality, in my personal opinion. Like I said, when I read about it, I was just like, I wasn't even shocked. Honestly, I had no reaction, period. I'm like, oh, well, okay, he cheated on his wife. I had no other thoughts beyond that. I didn't know what else to think beyond that. I'm like, I'm not married to this man. His actions ain't benefiting or hurting my life. And whatever decision his wife make is between him and her. That ain't got nothing to do with Tanika. They're not gonna call me up and be like, well, Tanika, what you think? You know, should we stay together? Should we divorce? Derek Jackson and his wife ain't consulting us. And so why should I get all in my feelings about what they doing? And that goes for anybody on social media. We always have an opinion about what these people doing, but our opinions don't matter. When Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce, she stayed with him, regardless of her fans' opinions or not. When Offset cheated on Cardi B, even when her fans told her they thought she should leave him, did she leave him? No. But yet people were all in their feelings about this. Why? Y'all don't know Cardi B and Offset. How many times y'all done sat down at their dinner table? How many times y'all done picked up the phone and called Cardi B? We don't know these people. I don't care how much you follow and like what they post. You don't know them. And they don't know you. And your opinion does not matter. We are the public. Think about that. Think seriously about that. The next time you're ready to toss your phone across the room because you mad about something that you're seeing on social media, ask yourself, A, do you know these people? B, is it something you can change? And then C, do you think your opinion really matters to these people? Because I can almost promise you the answer to that question going to be no. They are living their life and they're showing you a small percentage of their life. That's what social media is. It's for entertainment. Now again, not everything on social media is entertaining. It's not. There are some people out there who are putting some real knowledge and real information out there. But we don't care about those people. We like scandal. We like controversy. We like messy gossip. We like celebrity gossip. Ooh, excuse me. We like putting these people on a pedestal. And more importantly than that, we like watching them fall. And that's the sad part. The higher you put somebody on a pedestal, the harder they fall. And quite frankly, these are people. Treat them as such. Give them the dignity and respect of being people. Nobody should be on a pedestal. Derek Jackson was not a god among men. He was a man. And as we see by his actions, he was acting like a man. And he should have been treated no different than any man. But yet we turn these people into a god among men. They can do no wrong. Why? They're people, just like you're a person. And if we would treat them like a person, we would be better off. We wouldn't be so hurt by their actions all the time. Nothing anyone does would surprise me. I love Tony Gaskins to death. He is one of the few people I actually do like following. And Tony, I'm not burning bread on your marriage. Please don't think I am. But if it were to come out that he cheated on his wife, I wouldn't be surprised. He's a man. And you know what? I wouldn't lose respect for him. That would be a decision between him and his wife, what they chose to do about that. It wouldn't have nothing to do with me. I wouldn't be mad at her because she decided to stay with him and try to work her marriage out. That's her decision. It doesn't affect my life any. I'm not going to get a check in the mail because I'm somehow emotionally hurt behind what Tony Gaskins did. And that's why I'm wondering about some of y'all response. Y'all acting so personally hurt behind all of this. Stop being so invested. Realize that these are people out here doing what human beings do. Live scandalous ass lives. And if we wouldn't be so addicted to murder and mayhem, perhaps some of this stuff y'all can ignore and go on with life. But we all love sensationalism. Why do you think there's clickbait? We love a good heading, and the more scandalous it is, the happier we are. Honestly, let's be real about this and think about this. We've roasted Tony Jackson and his wife. Ain't nobody done roasted the women he was laying up with. Y'all telling me y'all didn't know this man was married? And even once y'all found out he was married, did y'all reach out to his wife with any sort of remorse for laying down with her husband? Now, we can talk bad about the wife, But ain't nobody done had nothing to say about the mistresses. And that makes sense. And that's the type of world we live in. We can roast the wife for being dumb, but we ain't got nothing to say about them, and you just done met this man and he wined and dined you and then he wanted some booty. It really says a lot about the moral compass of social media, or the lack thereof, I should say. And you see a lot of that on social media. There's always an asshole backwards response on social media about everything. We're quick to try to slander. We want to be the first person with an opinion. And yet somehow we've forgotten that people are people. We don't even treat people with dignity and respect anymore. Somebody will literally see your comment on a post. They'll cuss you out on a whole nother comment. Then y'all start beefing on social media. People you don't even know. What type of world are we living in? Because that to me is crazy. I wish I would give a complete stranger that much time, energy, and effort. You better be paying me. Because I'm not going to beef about nothing with you. Now, I really do hope people don't think this was not about Tony Jackson and Derrick Jackson and what he did. Because look, quite frankly, I'm not that invested. But people's response to all of this has to me been nothing short of crazy and a little mentally disturbing. And as I said, to me, it really shows you the moral compass of social media. Because some of y'all just lost y'all minds, and I'm not for sure why. Celebrities are people. Influencers are people. We're all people. We're all human beings. Let that marinate in your mind. Think about that. And treat people accordingly. Treat people, like flawed people, because people are going to make mistakes. Ain't nobody perfect. There is no God among men. There's only one God. And he ain't on social media. Take social media for what it is. It's entertainment. And when you like things, hey, hit that like button. If you don't like something somebody said or did, keep on scrolling. You don't have to put hateful comments, hateful remarks. That doesn't have to be a beef about everything. Take it for what it is. Social media is the new reality TV. But the thing about TV shows is, TV shows don't care what you say. You can go and leave your little comments about their show. They still gonna do what they want to do. Social media, you can comment all day long. Some people care, some people don't. But don't get too invested in it. Now, those are just my 2 cents. I'm Tanika Meeks. This is the Get Real Vodcast. New content will be posted every Saturday. Please take a moment to subscribe on whatever platform you're on. And please, if you have a moment, go in and follow the Get Real Facebook fan page. Until I talk to you guys next week, I love you guys.